Alright, so here we go with a long overdue video number 3. So we started this some time ago, and then we stopped it, and then we started it, and then we stopped it, and ultimately put it on pause for a while while we worked on just a few of the mechanics in the background. Wanted to make sure all the IT pieces were up and running correctly, so we could do this constantly, consistently, and make sure it was an easier way for us to connect. So that's all done. We're going to start to do these far more often, so let's jump into this one. First, I want to say I really appreciate all the feedback I received on these videos. Have a few things that we want to do differently based on your feedback. We'll date some of these and a few different things, but ultimately some of you find it to be a useful tool, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to lean into it. So today I really wanted to start with what is it that I work on every day, right? What am I sitting here doing, working on? And it's an easy thing, right? And that thing is, I'm here to compel you and enable you, our clients, to travel with us. Our goal, if you said, what's your goal for every client? My goal would be for each of you to travel one time a year. Now that's a stretch. Some of us can't travel once a year for a lot of reasons. Kids, work, family, just life. So maybe it's once every 18 months, but ultimately we want you to travel. We're here to help you make the most of your investment and to travel. So I think we got to take that and first get into a couple of myths that come up all the time. So I just want to address them today, kind of head on, but also talk a little bit about the details behind each. So number one is we're just here for the breakage, right? We just want people to pay service fees and not travel. It's actually really far from the truth. Actually, the people that are paying service fees and not traveling are harder. They make life harder for me because I'm constantly having to guess which percentage of those people will decide this is the year that they're going to travel. And we see a lot of it, especially during this big travel boom. We had a fair number of people that haven't traveled some 20 years decide now's the time that travel works for them, and they start traveling with us. So when those moments happen, sure, I plan for some of them, but when it happens in mass, it makes things far harder for me. So I'm looking for you to travel. I want you to travel. We have things to do to make sure it's easier for you to travel, but my goal is for you to travel. So then the next part is, and this one comes up often, I see it in some of the forums online, is that TAN has gotten too big and has too many clients. That one is false. Back in 2018, we made a controlled break from our partner. It was done in a professional way, but that break, we stopped taking new clients. So October 2018, no more new clients coming in the door. And really what that did for us is we were able to then have what we have and turn our focus to dealing with the folks we have and making sure we're doing our best to put our best foot forward for the people that we do have. Instead of having this new influx of clients coming in, we just wanted to say, here's what we have, and we want to take care of our client base. We've also trimmed some of the client base through various different ways, but in the end, we have a smaller client base, and we've done so intentionally, and we want to do it so we can continue to build on the program for you. We're not here to continue to grow. We're not looking to expand, other than getting you to travel. As you travel more, that's where our growth comes from. That's the partnership that we're looking for. So those two things out of the way, what are we doing to make it happen? So really, when the program was designed, as it was developed, this program was developed to give folks access to a ton of different locations, right? It was started in a few markets, but the idea was for it to be a large East Coast focused operation, but to give you access to a lot of different travel destinations. And over the years it built, and we added more destinations, more destinations, more destinations. As that happened, folks started finding their favorite destination and they stopped, right? So they found their place and they stuck with their place, and now that's what they do every year. They go to their place every year, whether it's the area they go to, the location they go to, the resort they go to. Some of us even have the unit that we go to. But what happened is, instead of growing this way, we had to start looking at it differently to grow in specific markets to meet what was the growing demand in the specific markets. So again, that was a change to the program, and with new clients coming in, That was where we were trying to always wrestle with, are we growing this way, or are we going to start adding more in the most popular destinations? We were trying to balance both before. Now we're just focused on, let's grow where we know everyone that we have wants to go. And that's where we're taking steps. So over the last few months, we've launched a couple programs, but I need to be clear. These programs are for the planners. And I know all the non-planners stand up and say, this doesn't make sense. What about me? I can't plan that far in advance. And I'll tell you, I'm with you. I'm not a planner. My wife will back me up. Absolutely not a planner. She's a planner. She likes to have things structured. Now on the other side, I'm the one that likes the routine. I like the tradition. So once we find a place, I'm all in on that place, and that's what I enjoy. But what I needed to do was take and say, okay, the planners are the most stable group we have because they want to do the same thing every year at the same time. So we launched a couple of programs for them. One in Ocean City through Traveler's Choice, which was, we turned it off during COVID, we turned it back on, but Traveler's Choice is back for you Ocean City people. And you love Ocean City, we got it. Traveler's Choice is back for you. The window's closed for this year. We had several of you take advantage of that. Is a big number, but ultimately at the end of the day, that's good for you in Ocean City. Then we added a secondary one, and that secondary one is Let's Do It Again. And that's across all of our properties. On the Monday after you check out, you'll get something from us that says, if you want to do it again, same week, same area, book it now. And again, I know non-planners, it's not for you. But for planners, it may be perfect. You may just want to lock it in, not have to worry about it, not have to worry about when it's released. So we did that for you. Now back to the non-planners. I hear you, but I'm not forgetting about you, because ultimately what I'm doing again is I'm trying to take the folks that I know are going to do the same thing, and I'm trying to lock them in. Once I have them locked in, what I'm able to do is then start planning for us, the non-planners, right? I can look at where we're already booked with just the planners, and then we can add inventory on top of that and keep growing, and taking the planners out opens up the door for the non-planners. So you have to trust me on this one. The planners are a big portion of our travel. They're a very big portion. So again, instead of letting them just eat up all of their inventory that they're going to eat up anyway, and then it's a race to see who books it first, you or them, I'm just dealing with them up front on their terms and on my terms to say, I know what you're going to do, you know what you're going to do, so let's lock it in together. So those programs are up, they're launched, and they're effective. Now, when it comes to inventory, clearly that's it, right? We have to have the places for you to stay. The travel boom made it hard for us. We had a lot of clients, or a lot of partners we worked with, owners, that looked to do other things with their units. I mean, we had some markets where the retail rents were doubling. So people could have made more than double what they were making with us on the retail market. Now, as the market fades, folks are coming back to us, right? And we're welcoming them back. We're glad to have them back, and that's helpful. But we're also working on a bunch of other programs. We've sharpened a lot of our programs, focused on owners and focused on investors, and we're really looking to cater to them in this market that's coming and really be their answer. For me, I can provide stability to an owner. I can provide them a guaranteed return. They get a rent check, they have their money, and they're set. So there's a lot that TAN has to offer for property owners, and we leverage that, and we're continuing to leverage that. We're going to launch a few programs focused on owners here in the coming weeks and months. So know that we're out, we're looking for it, we're going to get more inventory in here. It's our primary focus. Inventory equals you traveling equals what my goal is, our goal is. And then what I really wanted to focus your attention on as well is on the website. If you go to the planning tools page, or excuse me, planning tool tab, down on that page is an inventory update page. If you look at that inventory update page, what you're going to find is the exact template for what you can expect from us on how we release inventory. So it gives you detail by detail what our approach is, how we do it, and when we do it. A lot of these leases, and it breaks it down, about 70% of our leases are set. They're fixed, we're good, we know when we're going to get them. The other 30%, we're up to everyone else's timing. We're talking with revenue departments. We need CFO approvals, right? All of these things, and we can never figure out where that falls for us. We never know the timing. So what we've done is we've given you a window where you expect to have the inventory loaded between this month and this month, and we're sticking to that. So what I encourage you is go check out that page, look at it, because that's it. That is the answer to how we load inventory. So continue to watch, continue to keep up, reach out to me either on email. We've added a Facebook page now, which is pretty new. I'm in there monitoring it. I have Maxine in there monitoring with us. It's just us. We're enjoying the conversation. And again, good, bad, or indifferent, we want to hear from you, because if you're good, obviously that's a great story and we love to hear those. If you're indifferent or bad, we want to move you over into good. So give us the opportunity, give me the opportunity to reach out. I want to hear from you. I enjoy hearing from you. And again, look for more like this to come. I hope you find it valuable. Reach out to me if you need anything at all. I can't say it enough. Just reach out. I'm here. It's really me. And I do enjoy talking to you, hearing from you, and just our interactions. We're here for you. We appreciate you. Here we go. Coming up on fall, and it's time to start looking at what we're going to do for next year. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you again real soon.